There's something irresistible about a place you're not allowed to visit. The moment a location is deemed forbidden, it sparks an itch in the human brain. Suddenly, you need to know what's hiding behind those locked doors, barbed wire fences, and no trespassing signs. Well, if that kind of curiosity fuels you, you're in for a wild ride. In today's video, we're diving into 15 of the world's most mysterious and off-limits landmarks. Places so secretive, dangerous, or heavily guarded that stepping foot inside is nearly impossible. You probably shouldn't go, but let's be real. That just makes you want to even more. So, without any extra fluff, let's get started. Number 15. Pluto Gate, Turkey. If there was ever a place that screamed, "Stay out or you'll die instantly," it's Pluto's Gate. Nestled in the ancient ruins of Hierapolis, this cavernous death trap was dedicated to Pluto, the Roman god of the underworld. Ancient historian Strabo wasn't exaggerating when he wrote that birds dropped dead the second they flew in. Turns out, he was right. Science later confirmed that the site spews lethal amounts of CO2. During the day, sunlight keeps the gas levels in check, but come nightfall, carbon dioxide pools at the bottom like a silent, invisible lake of doom. At dawn, the concentration at ground level is a staggering 35%, enough to take out small animals, or anyone unfortunate enough to nap there. Luckily, if you're taller than a pigeon, you'd probably survive standing nearby. But still, maybe don't go sniffing around the gates of hell. Number 14. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. Tucked away inside an Arctic mountain like something straight out of a Bond villain's lair, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault is humanity's last-ditch backup plan. Known as the Doomsday Vault, it holds over 100 million seeds, a literal insurance policy for the world's food supply. Designed to withstand natural disasters, nuclear war, and even rising sea levels, it's built into the side of a mountain that'll still be standing even if all the ice on Earth melts. No big deal, right? The vault operates on a strict no-politics policy, so much so that even North Korea has deposited seeds here. The only recorded withdrawal so far? Syria, which needed seeds to restore an agricultural research center lost in war. While most people can't set foot inside, at least we can all sleep slightly better knowing that, if the world ever goes sideways, someone has a plan B for our crops. Number 13. The Catacombs, Paris. Paris may be the city of love, but deep beneath its charming cafes and historic streets lies something much darker. The catacombs are a sprawling underground ossuary packed with the bones of 6 million people. Originally created to support Paris's collapsing stone mines, the tunnels eventually became a boneyard in the 18th century. Today, a small section is open to the public, where visitors can stroll past neatly stacked skulls and femurs, like it's the world's creepiest art installation. But beyond the tourist path lies an off-limits 170-mile labyrinth, where only the brave, or reckless, dare to go. Secret societies, urban explorers, and self-proclaimed catacomb dwellers sneak in through hidden entrances, so frequently that there's an actual catacomb police force, yes, cataflix, dedicated to keeping them out. And if you think getting lost in IKEA is bad, imagine wandering this underground maze with no Wi-Fi. Number 12. Mausoleum of the First Qin Emperor, China. Buried deep beneath a Chinese hillside, the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, is so off-limits that even archaeologists won't touch it. Discovered in 1974 alongside the famous Terracotta Army, the tomb remains completely sealed. Why? Well, it is pretty simple. Because no one wants to risk destroying whatever secrets are inside. We too don't share secrets. Legends say the tomb is filled with rivers of liquid mercury and booby traps designed to keep grave robbers and nosy scientists out. Some researchers even found high levels of mercury in the soil, suggesting the ancient myths might actually be true. Until technology advances enough to excavate the site without ruining it, this emperor will continue to rest in peace, surrounded by an army of stone warriors, hidden chambers, and possibly a whole lot of poison. Number 11. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, Ukraine. If there's one place on Earth that proves why playing with nuclear reactors is a terrible idea, it's Chernobyl. In 1986, reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded, releasing a catastrophic wave of radiation and forcing an entire city to evacuate overnight. Today, the ghost town of Pripyat remains frozen in time, filled with abandoned toys, empty schools, and eerily untouched Ferris wheels. While parts of Chernobyl can be visited on guided tours, as long as you don't lick anything radioactive, a 19-mile stretch, known as the exclusion zone, is strictly off-limits. Entering it means signing up for a free dose of radiation, and trust me, you don't want that kind of souvenir. But if you're fascinated by the post-apocalyptic vibes, don't worry. Nature is already reclaiming the city, with wolves, bears, and even wild horses making it their new home. Guess some species don't mind a little radiation. All right, guys, now let's talk about number 10, Surtsey, Iceland. Born from a fiery underwater eruption in 1963, Surtsey is one of Earth's youngest land masses and also one of the most exclusive clubs, scientists only. The island is a living experiment, a rare chance to study how ecosystems develop without human interference. And by without human interference, they mean strict rules. One golden rule? No foreign seeds allowed. But apparently, one rogue scientist didn't get the memo and left an organic surprise behind. Soon after, a tomato plant sprouted from the lava, baffling researchers until they realized the source. Let's just say that plant was swiftly removed. Today, only a handful of scientists are allowed on Surtsey, ensuring no more unintentional gardening experiments. Number 9. North Brother Island, USA. Floating eerily in New York's East River, North Brother Island has a history so grim it sounds like a horror movie script. It first gained notoriety in 1904 when General Slocum, a passenger steamboat, caught fire nearby, killing over 1,000 people. Later, it housed the infamous Riverside Hospital, a quarantine facility for patients with highly contagious diseases. Its most notorious resident? Typhoid Mary, the woman who cooked for unsuspecting families while secretly carrying and spreading typhoid fever. Despite being repeatedly told to wash her hands, she continued her deadly dinner service, infecting over 50 people. The island was later repurposed as a rehab center for drug addicts before being completely abandoned. Today, it's a sanctuary for birds, off-limits to the public. Given its history, it seems even the pigeons might be whispering, "Maybe we should leave." Like the dark matter, this island is also a bit of mystery. Number 8. Fukushima Exclusion Zone, Japan. In 2011, a catastrophic earthquake and tsunami triggered the Fukushima nuclear disaster, forcing tens of thousands to evacuate. The area within an 18-mile radius became an eerie ghost town overnight, joining Chernobyl as one of only 2 disasters rated level 7 on the International Nuclear Event Scale. Due to extreme radiation, it's strictly off-limits, unless, of course, you're a 27-year-old thrill-seeking photographer named Qiao Wei-lung. Armed with zero protective gear, he illegally sneaked into the exclusion zone and described it as a real-life Fallout game. Spoiler alert, Fallout is not meant to be played in real life. Today, while radiation levels have decreased in some areas, much of Fukushima remains uninhabitable, a haunting reminder of the invisible danger lurking in the air. Number 7. North Sentinel Island, India. If there's one place on Earth where showing up uninvited is a terrible idea, it's North Sentinel Island. Home to the Sentinelese tribe, one of the last uncontacted peoples on the planet, this island is strictly off-limits for a simple reason. The locals will absolutely attack anyone who tries to visit. The Indian government learned this the hard way after multiple deadly encounters, including when two fishermen accidentally drifted ashore in 2006 and were immediately killed. Even helicopters attempting aerial surveys have been met with a barrage of arrows. Despite this, in 2018, an American missionary attempted to spread Christianity to the Sentinelese and was promptly speared. The Indian government has since enforced a no-go zone around the island, ensuring both the Sentinelese and any overly curious explorers remain very far apart. Number 6. Poveglia Island, Italy. If hell had an island, it might look like Poveglia. Situated in the Venetian lagoon, this place has seen centuries of death and suffering. It first served as a quarantine zone during the Roman Empire for victims of the plague. When the Black Death returned in the Middle Ages, it became a mass grave. Thousands were dumped here, buried together, or straight up burned. Rumor has it the island's soil is now 50% human ash, and you thought your backyard was bad. Just when things couldn't get creepier, in 1922, they opened a mental hospital here. Patients reported seeing ghosts, hearing screams, and feeling an all-consuming dread, which probably wasn't great for their mental health. The head doctor allegedly performed gruesome experiments before he mysteriously fell to his death from the hospital's tower. Today, Poveglia is off limits, but locals say human bones still wash ashore. Haunted or not, that's a hard note. Number 5. Ilha da Queimada Grande, Snake Island, Brazil. If you hate snakes, this is the last place on Earth you'd want to be. Tucked off Brazil's coast, Ilha da Queimada Grande is home to the critically endangered golden lancehead pit viper, a snake so venomous that one bite can melt human flesh. The island is so densely packed with them that estimates suggest there's at least one snake per square meter. That's right, no safe spots. To protect both the snakes and unlucky visitors, Brazil has completely banned public access, allowing only a handful of researchers to set foot on this slithering death trap. So, if you ever feel the urge to go island hopping in Brazil, maybe skip this one, unless you fancy a real-life Indiana Jones moment. And if you love islands filled with animals, then you can also visit Komodo Island. Here you don't need to worry about snakes, but you have to be careful of the mighty and dangerous Komodo dragons that call this island home. All right, now let's move to number 4, Area 51, USA. Few places fuel conspiracy theories quite like Area 51. Tucked away in the Nevada desert, about 100 miles north of Las Vegas, this ultra-classified U.S. military base was so secret that the government denied its existence until 2013. Officially, it's a testing site for experimental aircraft and advanced military tech. Unofficially? Well, according to the internet, it's where they keep crashed alien spacecraft, secret government experiments, and maybe even a few little green men. The site is completely off limits, and trying to sneak in will land you in deep trouble, or so the warning signs say. That hasn't stopped alien enthusiasts from gathering outside its perimeter, hoping to catch a glimpse of something extraterrestrial. Just remember, if you see a strange object in the sky near Area 51, it's probably just cutting-edge military tech. Or is it? Number 3. The Lascaux Caves, France. Nestled in the French countryside, the Lascaux Caves contain some of the world's most breathtaking prehistoric art, over 600 paintings of animals that date back 17,000 years. These masterpieces were discovered in 1940 by an 18-year-old named Marcel Ravidat, who probably had no idea he was about to change history. Anthropologists believe the artwork could symbolize past hunting successes or rituals meant to boost future hunts. However, once the caves were opened to the public, the flood of visitors wreaked havoc on the delicate environment. The changes in air circulation, exposure to light and human breath, yes, even breathing was a problem, caused rapid deterioration, forcing authorities to seal the caves in 1963. Today, only a handful of scientists can enter, while the rest of us have to settle for replicas. Talk about history being just out of reach. Would you like to visit this landmark? Number 2. Metro 2, Russia. During Stalin's reign, Soviet paranoia hit peak levels, and with that paranoia came Metro 2, a rumored top-secret underground transport system hidden beneath Moscow. Supposedly, this network connects key government locations, including the Kremlin, Vnukovo 2 Airport, and the General Staff Academy. Some reports even claim the tunnels house secret bunkers and apartments designed to protect high-ranking officials in case of war. Naturally, the Moscow Metro administration denies its existence, but in 1994, an urban exploration group claimed to have found an entrance. So far, only one of the 4 alleged lines, Line D6, has been confirmed to exist, but good luck getting inside. Access requires a special pass, and unless you're a Russian government official or James Bond, you're not getting one. Number 1. Niihau Island, Hawaii. Picture a tropical paradise so exclusive that even Mick Jagger wasn't allowed to land his helicopter there. That's Niihau, a privately owned Hawaiian island with just 170 residents and a strict no outsiders policy. In 1864, Scottish plantation owner Elizabeth Sinclair purchased the island, and it's been in her family ever since. It first earned its Forbidden Island title in 1952, when, during a polio outbreak, officials locked down the island to protect its residents. The plan worked. 0 cases were recorded. Today, the ban remains largely intact, with only a select few, mostly government officials and invited guests, permitted to visit. Money and fame don't grant automatic access either, so unless your last name is Sinclair, don't expect an invitation anytime soon. Well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you have found this video interesting. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.